Good evening and welcome to the beautiful Wiltz Auditorium at Dixon High School. I'm Dr. David Hellmich, President of Sauk Valley Community College, and I'm the moderator for tonight's candidate forum, sponsored by Discover Dixon. The election is Tuesday, April 1st, and early voting is now underway. Candidates, thank you for having the conviction and courage to play an active role in our democratic form of government by running for office. Members of the audience, given that we are all courteous Midwesterners, please turn your cell phones to silent. Also, Lee and Ogle counties are still looking for election judges. Please contact the county clerk's office of each county if you would like to play this important role in our election process. We begin with our only contested race, Township Highway Commissioner. Our candidates are Corey Reuter and Cameron Magne. A Township Highway Commissioner is an elected official responsible for the construction, maintenance, and operation of roads and bridges within the township, excluding those within incorporated cities or villages. Using valid order, we will begin with Corey. You have 4 minutes to give your statement.
All right. Good evening. My name is Corey Reuter. For the past 5 years, I have had the privilege of serving you as your elected Dixon Township Highway Commissioner. My journey with Dixon Township began in 2006 as a part-time employee. Then, in 2009, I came on board full-time.
When Roger Bowers retired in 2020, the Township Board appointed me as Highway Commissioner, allowing me to serve until the residents of Dixon Township re-elected me in 2021. Nearly 20 years of township government has taught me the residents of Dixon Township deserve efficiency, experience, and the ability to get the job done. And for the past 5 years as your Highway Commissioner, I've delivered on that promise. I'm a full-time, hands-on commissioner dedicated to serving you around the clock. When trees fall, snow, water, and ice threaten our roads, I'm out there working alongside my team, regardless of the time of day or the duration. I'm proactively monitoring road conditions, addressing issues like obstructions, snow and ice, while also managing office duties and responding to resident phone calls. This commitment simply cannot be matched by someone treating this as a part-time endeavor or a side gig. This is a full-time responsibility demanding full-time dedication. Efficiency in township government is paramount. As a full-time commissioner, I prioritize that from day one. In my first 4 years, my equipment manager, James Glenn, and I have handled all township maintenances ourselves. We've made strategic investments in upgrading our equipment, significantly boosting our efficiency. For the past 11 years, I've single-handedly mowed all township right-of-ways with our 15-foot batwing mower, previously taking 3 full-time employees, costing more and taking far longer. The plow truck I've operated for the past 12 years was the first to be equipped with a side-mounted wing, and now 3 of our trucks have been, cutting our plowing time by more than half and clearing roads more efficiently and cost-effectively. And our mini excavator, equipped with its Pecan mulching head, has kept the ever-growing roadside brush under control. These upgrades aren't just about saving money and time, they're about ensuring the safety of travelers, and our roads are clear, well-maintained, and beautiful for everyone in Dixon Township. And regarding our roads, I'm proud to say my road program continues to be effective. I utilize the PASER system, assigning ratings from 10 to 1 to each road to proactively plan the precise maintenance required. This strategy ensures the longevity of our roadways. So once again, my name is Corey Reuter. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your Highway Commissioner these past 5 years. I'd be honored to continue that for the next 4. And remember, early voting is happening now, running through the end of the month, with Election Day on April 1st. So please get out there and vote. Mark Corey Reuter as Highway Commissioner, and let your voice be heard. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Corey. Next, Cameron, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Good evening. My name is Cameron Magne, and I'm honored to be running for Dixon Township Road Commissioner. With 13 years' experience in city government, I've seen firsthand how essential well-maintained roads and infrastructure are to our daily lives. Whether it's families commuting to work and school, businesses relying on safe transportation, or emergency services needing clear and accessible roads. The work we do in this role directly impacts every resident. Throughout my career, I've worked on bidding infrastructure projects, ensuring that taxpayer dollars are spent wisely and efficiently. I believe in responsible spending, making sure that every project is handled with transparency and accountability. You deserve to know where your hard-earned tax dollars are going, and to have confidence that every decision made benefits our township. If elected, my priorities will be simple: maintain and improve our roads for public safety and better travel conditions. Be transparent with purchases and projects so you know how your money is being used. Ensure that every decision I make is in the best interest of my family, friends, and every resident of Dixon Township. I am committed to doing the right thing for our community because this isn't just a job to me, it's my home. With your support, we can continue to build a township that's safe, strong, and well-connected. Thank you, and I would be honored to have your vote.
Thank you, Cameron. Now, Corey, you have 2 minutes, if you wish, to respond to anything specifically said by Cameron.
I'd just like to ask Cameron, he is a full-time employee through the city, the water department in Dixon. I don't know if he would go into how exactly he would be able to do 2 full-time jobs and doing all the duties. At the township, there are office duties, and there's other offices that, communicate between the offices, and how exactly you can do that if you're already a full-time employee through the water department.
Thank you, Corey. Finally, Cameron, you have 2 minutes, if you wish, to respond to anything specifically said by Corey.
Yeah, I want to address a concern that Corey brings up. Truth is, dedication to public service isn't about clocking in 9 to 5. It's leadership, efficiency, and accountability. For over 13 years, I have successfully managed infrastructure projects, overseen the bidding process, ensured roads are safe for families. This experience has taught me how to prioritize, delegate, and get the job done effectively. I'm no stranger to hard work or long hours. Because of that, it's what it takes to serve a community properly. Being road commissioner isn't about sitting behind a desk all day. It's about making an informed decision, managing resources, and ensuring taxpayer dollars are spent transparently. Public service is about results, and my track record proves I can deliver.
Thank you, Cameron, and thank you both for running for office. Okay, we move to the 2 unopposed candidates for Dixon City Council. Our candidates are Dennis Considine and Chris Bishop. The Dixon City Council is responsible for managing local affairs, providing essential services, and representing the community at the local level, including tasks like maintaining infrastructure, planning development, and addressing local issues. Using ballot order, we begin with Dennis. You have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all you do, always helping with our government elections in the county and the city of Dixon. Very well. I thank you also for the Dixon Chamber and Main Street for their generosity and kindness always to us as candidates. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I jokingly said the other day, well, if they don't know who I am by now, it's really too late. But seriously, for those who may not know who I am, I was born and raised, well, I was born in Texas, how do you like that? But I was raised in Dixon, Illinois. I'm the oldest of 16 children. Wow, and I'm the father of 2 children, and I have a partner, John DeLong, who has a salon in downtown Dixon. And we've been together for over 23 years. What you get from Dennis Considine as a city councilman many people believe it's the voice of reason. And when I first heard that about myself, I thought, But as time has gone on, I do believe that I have that voice of reason. And you have trusted leadership in me, I've dedicated service, and I've given you proven results. And it is my opinion that all of our citizens are the reason we are a great city, and we have the quality of life we do. Every single person in our community contributes to the betterment. Everybody matters. So I think that, well, hi, baby. So I believe one of the top issues that are facing the city moving forward is our need for more housing, and everyone's working on that. And it's not just the city of Dixon and the county of Lee, it's all over our country that we do not have enough affordable housing for people. I was thinking the other day that, again, I'm the second oldest person in my neighborhood, and there are 17 houses empty with just single people living in them. But there's nowhere for those single people to go. So that's frustrating too. And it's okay to be the second oldest person on the street. I can be a little more flippant and have fun. So with that in place, as a council member, my respect to my fellow councilman, Mr. Bishop, we have a plan in place to start working on some of those issues, and we also have dedicated contractors that are working in the city to give us expansion of housing and places to live. So I think that's good. My other issue that I have is we're very transparent and honest, and there's no under the table dealings go on at City Hall that I'm aware of. So we give the citizens everything we have, and we have done many, many wonderful things. I'm not one to toot my own horn about what I was doing. Well, I tooted my own horn about dancing and Finnegan's Rainbow, but that's just kind of fun stuff. But we work together as a team, and that's part of it. I've never had a walk-on candidacy before, so it's a whole new experience. So I tried to relate it to my cousin, Sean Considine, who was a walk-on at Iowa when he started his football career. And I thought some of that might trickle down on me of all his wonderful success and what he still does and gives back to his community environment. So that's one of the members of my family tree, because we're 7 generations in Lee County. And I continue to do my very best working with you, the City Council, for transparency and open and honest.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you very much.
Next, Chris, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
All right. Louder over here, I guess. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and those watching at home. Later on, we appreciate you guys viewing this, get to know those folks that are going to represent you. So once again, thank you to those watching. Dr. Hellmich, thank you. Chamber, thank you again for giving us this opportunity. As Dennis said, we're kind of in a unique position here where we're not actually running against each other. There's 2 people, there's 2 seats, so it's great. So we get to talk about some other things. What I want to talk about is the word greatness. And Dennis actually used it when he talked about the city, and he talked about the people that are in it. My definition of greatness is those people that have someone that's great around them become better. That's greatness. When as a whole, together, you are better, that's truly my meaning of that. People bringing folks together to do whatever skill they have to get something accomplished. And we've had that. I've been very fortunate to be a part of the council now. This will be the end of the 6 years for myself, 2 years early on, and then my last 4 years here in the city. We've seen a lot of change. We're going to see a lot more change. So just like Dennis did, I'm going to speak about a couple of things that I see as priorities. Housing is always one. Dennis has already hit on that, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but we do have a plan in place, and I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But the city itself, the admin team, we will be having some folks leave the city. It's very important to replace them with some very knowledgeable and skillful people, which I believe we have in-house. So you will see some changes, but hopefully that momentum still goes forward. That's one thing I see as something that, as a council, we need to watch and be respectful of not only the people that are leaving, but bringing those other folks in and give them the tools that they need to be successful. Number two, development. We've been very fortunate with I-88, if you've been out there seeing that develop. Well, we want to see the same thing happen behind Walmart with 65 acres that the city council has purchased. Some of the things that we're looking at is housing, as we spoke before. Trying to bring in affordable housing to get places for people to live. As already stated, it is around the country, just not our problem, but we are working to attack it and make it better for ourselves. The other one is really neat for me. We passed it as you guys came in today, is the walking bridge that's going to go across the Rock River. In the next few months, you're going to see a lot of work, if you haven't noticed already, going on down there. We're a $12 million project that we have going on that is going to improve the health of the people that live here. Here's why that's important. I don't know if you've noticed, but since our walking paths have been put in, I see people outside moving. I see bikes going across the city of Dixon. Those paths are going to extend even further. We want you folks out there. That's what builds our community, and that's what we want. When you guys feel you're connected to your neighbors, that's when we take care of one another. And so moving forward for the next 4 years, what I want to do for you is do what you do for me my whole life. Taking care of me, led me in the right direction when it is needed, and when you need a helping hand, and we have the ability to do so, we're going to do so. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for the people that are watching here, and I look forward to the next 4 years. So thank you again. Appreciate your time.
Now, we move to the 4 unopposed candidates for Dixon School Board. Our candidates are Brent Reuter, Linda Wegner, Jon Wadsworth, and Linda Leblanc-Parks. The Dixon School Board, also known as the Board of Education, is the governing body of the school district, responsible for setting policies, approving budgets, hiring key personnel, and overseeing the overall direction and operation of Dixon Public Schools. Using ballot order, we begin with Brandon. You have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight and taking an active role in our future of our schools. My name is Brandon Rogers, and I'm honored to be running for another term on the Dixon School Board. I want to start with sharing a little bit about myself, if you don't know. My connection to the district. My wife's been a dedicated teacher for the past 19 years, shaping young minds, helping students succeed. Together we have 3 children currently attending Dixon schools, 1 in high school, 1 in middle school, and 1 in elementary. As a parent, I know firsthand how important it is to have strong leadership in our schools. And like you, I want my kids to receive the best education possible. And that is what's driven me to serve on the school board for the past 8 years. During my time on the board, I've worked alongside an incredible group of people, board members, teachers, staff, parents, and our community members, who all share the same goal, to provide our students with the best education and opportunities. And together we've navigated challenges, implemented positive changes, and remained committed to making Dixon schools a place where students thrive. But my involvement in the community doesn't stop there. I've been an active member in Dixon Rotary, where I've served as past president and continue to serve on the board. I also serve on the YMCA board and the OSF Patient Advisory Council. Through these roles, I have the opportunity to work with so many people who care deeply about Dixon and want to see our community grow and improve. These experiences have given me a broad perspective on the needs of our families and have strengthened my abilities to serve our schools effectively. As I seek another term, I know we face an important transition in the coming years. One of the biggest challenges ahead, we're replacing our superintendent. Margo Impin, who has been an outstanding leader in our district, under her guidance, Dixon schools have made great strides and will be critical to find the right person to build upon her legacy. This is not a decision that should be taken lightly, and we need someone who understands the needs of our students and staff, values our community partnerships, and has the vision to lead us into the future. That's why I'm committed to working closely with the Illinois Association of School Boards, our incredible staff, in the Dixon community to ensure that we find the best candidate for the job. We need a superintendent who will continue to foster academic excellence, prioritize student success, and support our teachers and staff. This is a critical time for our district, and we want to be a part, and I want to be a part of this. The team helps make this transition a successful one. Beyond the superintendent search, my priorities remain the same: ensuring our schools have the resources they need to provide high-quality education, supporting teachers and staff who work tirelessly to make a difference in our students' lives, strengthening the connection between our schools and the community so that every student has access to the tools they need to succeed. I truly believe in this district. I believe in our students, our teachers, our staff, and our families. That's why I'm asking you for your support as I seek to continue serving the Dixon School Board. I'm committed to keeping our schools strong and making thoughtful, responsible decisions and ensuring that Dixon schools continue to be a place where all students can reach their full potential. And thank you again for your time tonight, for your support, and for your commitment to our schools. I look forward to the opportunity to continue serving this district and working together to build a brighter future for our students.
Thank you, Brenda. Next, Linda, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Hi, good evening. I'm Linda Wegner. I've spent most of my adult life living in Dixon. My husband Greg and our 3 kids are products of Dixon Public Schools, and I see what it's done for them. When I retired, I ran for the board. I've served 2 years as secretary and the last 6 as president of the school board. I'm really proud of what we've done. In terms of facilities, we've renovated this beautiful school, which will be certainly a cornerstone of the new river development as it finishes up. We've improved all of our buildings. That 1% sales tax that people voted for gives us the money, the maintenance money, to see that that job's done every year. We've purchased the Thomas J. Dempsey School, which gives some of our special needs kids the opportunities to stay here in Dixon instead of being contracted out of town for the services they need. We have really renovated the career technical education wing of Dixon High School, which I hope brings more students into that area. And as far as finances, we're financially responsible, live within our means. The annual financial report from the Illinois State Board of Education gives us a 3.8 out of 4, which is up from 2.8 in the past. We have an A1 Moody credit rating, which is the highest they give. We have had no risks. The funding that we were given by the federal government after COVID, we used wisely. We provide more counselors, more social workers to our buildings and our students. Our assistant principals are back. We have new curriculum in math, reading, and science, and that's led to better designations by the state for our student achievement. We provide interventions now, department heads. We've been able to purchase computers for most students. Looking forward, we have just negotiated a contract with the Dixon Education Association, and we will be doing that with paras in the future. We used interest-based bargaining, which is a new form of negotiating that seems to be fair for all parties interested. We're always looking for creative incentives to combat the teacher shortage, and we have some of those in our new contract. We were voted the best educational employer in the area, and we hope that that helps us attract and retain good quality teachers. We're working on absenteeism and how it's directly related to graduation rate. I'm kind of worried about the next 4 years, and with the threats of canceled federal funding, which is about 10% of our budget, we need to be careful, and we wonder if the state will pick up those funds. Those provide a lot of title money that helps special ed students in our district. And of course, we'll be hiring a new superintendent. as Brandon said, for 2026 when Margaret Empton will be retiring. In conclusion, I think that consistency with the Board of Education is more important than ever right now. I'm excited about the board we have. We seem to work really well together, and we get things done. I ask for your vote in support of the board that we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. Next, John, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Okay, thanks. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight to hear what we have to say, I guess. Like Mr. Bishop mentioned, this also is an uncontested race, basically. There's 4 open seats, and there's 4 of us. And so I think there's some early voting, so we're probably already elected. So that's great. You've heard the others talk about some of the accomplishments that the district has made over the past several years. I just want to take a minute and talk about what's coming up and really what we need from you, folks here in the room, and for those of you watching on video. Both the folks first have mentioned the superintendent that we'll be replacing soon. Margot Empton has done an awesome job over the past several years of leading the district, and this is maybe one of the biggest decisions that we're going to make that impacts everything the district does. This is an open process, actually, and there was a survey that was released to the community to try to solicit individual feedback. There's going to be more opportunities for the community to be involved in this process. We really need to hear from you to know what's your vision. We each have a vision. We're maybe a little closer. We do this stuff on a regular basis. We'd like to hear from you, folks in the community, especially teachers, students, folks who are participating directly with the schools, to help us to make this decision about who's going to lead our district and what are the qualities of that person that we should be looking for. Aside from the superintendent situation, the other thing I want to use my time to speak about is I really appreciate when we do hear from the community in any way. Every school board meeting, we have a period of time when time is set out for public comment, we call it, where people can come in and speak their mind about any topics. Some people claim it's kind of an intimidating time. There's a room full of people, and you come up and you can say whatever you like. But it helps us to hear from the community, and it helps me to know. I'm always super encouraged to hear when people have something to say and stand up and say it, and they feel strongly enough about it that they can come and speak up. So I'd like to encourage you to speak up in that way. You can also emails, phone calls, letters, calling out, reaching out to any one of us directly in the community. I'll invite you to contact other people too, other than just me. We want to be a board that is involved in the community and is listening. So that's what I'm going to use my time to talk about, and I guess I just did. And thanks for coming.
Thank you, John. Next, Linda, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Okay, good evening. My name is Linda Leblanc-Parks, and I'm a lifelong Dixon resident and a proud graduate of Dixon Public Schools. I'm a retired educator who still has the distinct pleasure of substituting in other school districts, Sterling, Rock Falls, Oregon, and Rochelle, which gives me a totally different insight being in the classroom rather than just being on the board. I'm very proud of the work that we have done in the last 4 years, and I'm not going to repeat the things that they said already about the technology and all that. I'm not going to repeat that because you guys are well aware. I think one of the things that I think is very important is that people get mixed up that it's the academics first for me, and then the athletics. So I think that is something that's very important. You have academic success, and then you have that athletic success. Like I said, I'm very proud of the work we have done and the trajectory that we are on, and I would appreciate your vote on April 1st. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for running in this important race. Thank you. We conclude tonight's forum with Brent Reuter, who is running unopposed for Dixon Township Supervisor. A Township Supervisor, as the Chief Executive Officer of the Township, serves as the Chair of the Township Board, Supervisor of General Assistance, and Treasurer of all Township funds, including General Assistance and Road and Bridge funds. Brent, you have 4 minutes to give your statement.
Thank you, sir, and thank you everybody for coming. I'll try to keep this short and sweet since it's the last one, get everybody out of here. So, as Dave said, I'm Brent Reuter, and as a lifelong Dixon resident, I'm looking forward to being your new Dixon Township Supervisor, and to further extend my dedication to the Dixon community and the broader Sauk Valley region. The wealth of experience I've gained from co-owning Rock River Disc Golf to my current role as staffing specialist for Wegner Garage Doors equips me with a unique perspective and skill set that can greatly benefit the township. By focusing on transparency in government, I ensure that community members are informed and actively involved in the decision-making processes that affect their lives. Supporting programs from all age groups, from youth to seniors, demonstrates my commitment to inclusivity and the overall well-being of our community. Moreover, my desire to preserve the charm, the rural charm, and natural beauty of our area reflects a deep respect for the environment and the heritage of this region. I envision a future where our community thrives, and my proactive approach is designed to make that vision a reality. With my candidacy, there's a tremendous opportunity to foster growth and unity, paving the way for a thriving community that can support and enrich the lives of its residents for generations to come. I invite everyone to join me in this mission, and we can make a difference together with your vote on April 1st. Remember, early voting is open until the end of the month, and if you got an option to vote by mail, I was there today and they asked that you get those turned in as soon as possible. They mentioned that it was pretty expensive to send those out, so they asked that you guys get those returned as soon as possible. So please do. Other than that, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mr. Hellmich. Thank you, Dixon, Discover Dixon, and thank you to the general public for going out and doing your civil duty and voting on April 1st. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. That concludes tonight's candidate forum sponsored by Discover Dixon. Candidates, nicely done, and thank you again for having the conviction and courage to run in this election. Thank you to Dixon High School, Discover Dixon, and volunteers who made tonight possible. Now everyone, please participate fully in our democracy by voting April 1st or in pre-election day voting. Good night.